As you converse.
Yeah, I go first. We organize this and you guys, we are basically looking at increasing the value. It's more, not even more about increasing the quantity, but increasing the value. Why are we getting a very small percentage of the total value of that product in the globe? Our tea, why are we still receiving less than 41% of its value? Our coffee, why are we receiving such low? So other than increasing the production, we are focusing on value addition, looking at how else do we move? Why are we sending our product as loose, bulk, then other people go and repackage and even blend with other lower quality ones and send it back sometimes to us and at a higher cost. These are the things we are looking at. So the objective of us being in this meeting was to meet these cash crop counties to basically look at our strategies on how we can change this. How do we work together? How do we organize production so that we easily organize the market? 201 billion Kenyan shillings being led by the edible oils. That's the highest in that category. So, and rice, followed by rice, and followed by sugar. Yeah.
Maybe wheat.
And now wheat. We've also started importing even basic like onions. We've started importing even beans. And okay, these might relate to the current drought because of the current situation in the country, but basically our import bill is just growing. The growth was by about 15% on food, import bill on food, not the total import bill, just on food items.
Here we are looking at making a competitive edge for Kenya, which is currently placed number 6 globally and number 1 in Africa, to be able to compete with the world giants like Mexico, Peru, and other countries. And here we are laying down the foundation on what we need to do. Part of the discussions today centered along the cooperative movement, which we believe is going to be the transformative point in terms of addressing the challenges that we have in the agriculture subsector. We also perused ways through which we can be able to have aggregation centers, which could be having some cold chain infrastructure, and all this is centered at producing quality fruit that will not be destroyed or that will not be affected during either transportation or even during the packaging, so that we can be able to take our fruits to the world market at its best form. Last year alone, we did export 76,000 metric tons of fruit, and this was mainly to our traditional markets that we've been serving, the EU, but you are aware that already the penetration into the Chinese market and efforts to export fresh fruit from last year then have also borne fruit, and there is a lot of now need and demand for our avocado globally. And this is now what we need to be able to look at and address the issues that affect the smallholder grower, who almost contribute to close to 98%. And most of these growers have an average of 0.3 acres of land under production. And what this means is the aggregation of the 0.3 units put together is largely what we are now contributing to the 76,000 metric tons that we are producing annually. So it's going to be a game changer, and we have to do a lot of engagements with the counties, do a lot of capacity building, a lot of engagements together, and see how we can be able to support the sector grow.
If you look at all of them, whether we are talking about coffee, you know, our potential is on average about 15 kilos per bush. We are doing below 2 kilos per bush. If you look at tea, we are doing about 1.2 kilos per bush, when we know our potential is about 2 kilos. If you look at avocado, which has formed a bigger part of our conversation today and yesterday, we are doing probably just about 300 marketable fruits, when we know our trees have a capacity to do 1,000 per year. So low productivity is a big issue, and this is what we all want to harness our energies together to address. This low productivity, of course, can be attributed to many things. Many will speak of climate change, but from where we sit, we think it is our poor management practices. And once we change this and have a business perspective to it, then I think we are on to a very exciting future. When you talk of cost production, this is the total cost spread to the total production. And that is why I'm saying at the center of all these issues is low productivity. Once we work on our productivity, automatically the cost comes down. Of course, I know when you ask this question, we are also targeting on issues to do with policies and the legislation that we have. And all that will be looked at. But we would like to first focus on where we think we have very direct control, and that is the productivity issue, and everything else will follow.